Hello, welcome to this video where I'm going to get some Worlds practice in with a Pokemon I'm probably not using there, but kind of new addition with Force Bomb. It's Lucario. Let's take a look at the team I have here. This is the team that I brought, and there's honestly like nothing special about this. I consider this the first 5 you see here as the hard meta. You could fit in a Dragon, you could fit in a Vigoroth or an Annihilate, but I have instead a 6 Lucario. And I have Force Bomb, Power Punch, and Blaze Kick. Power Punch just helps forcing through good matchups or maybe slightly bad matchups. And then Blaze Kick covers Skarmory and Charge Bug a little bit better. I also consider Thunder Punch, but that's a losing matchup anyway. I also have Crunch on Charge Bug, so I can play like an APB strategy, baiting out Gligar with Charge Bug and then sweeping with Lucario. Lucario has a lot of counters in the current meta though, so if we can get some play with it, that'd be great, but don't expect too much from it. My first mode is OB Damag. I forgot to record halfway the mirror, so it starts a little bit late, but the mirror is Charge Bug leads. I'm always looking to see if I can make Lucario work into these kind of teams. It has 3 Pokemon it has okay play, and Charge Bug is not great. Guzzlord is decent, and then Skarmory is decent with shields up. So those are 3 Pokemon it has play in. I will always bring Lickitung. I don't consider Annihilate to be a real Lickitung answer. It can actually lose the one-shields Annihilate if we can get a bait. So let's just see how this is gonna go. I'll always bring like Charge Bug because with Crunch, just as plays like everything, that also makes it more appealing for people to bring their own Azumarill. So that's also what I'm counting on. They let 2 Xyzer go. They don't throw their second one before I do, maybe assuming they lose Charge Attack priority, which is possible. I like to run a little bit higher attack Charge Bug. I'm gonna shield it up because I'm gonna get a perfect farm down here, and I want switch advantage. If there's a Gligar in the back, I want my Azumarill on it. So let's see. Even if the Gligar Crunch is still useful, but because Charge Bug's their only answer to Azumarill, I'm like, wait, I don't need to stay into that. So I decided to swap out and put some pressure on that. Put the shield, the screen a little bit brighter. They throw the dig there, and they're staying in, which is weird. Gonna go for the first player off. If they shield this, it must be Annihilate or Guzzlord, but I don't really see Guzzlord coming out per se, only having play into my Lickitung. So, and then Charge Bug is a so-so matchup. Gligar is a so-so matchup. So I don't really think he would bring that. Goes for double areas. This is very smart by him, because if he went for 1 dig, it actually would not have knocked out, and it would have reached the play rough. Let's see. I come in with Lickitung here. I kept all the energy on my Charge Bug still, which can be useful against Annihilate. In the back is Guzzlord though, and I flinch here. What I should have done maybe was swap immediately, and this gives him the chance to build up energy, so I cannot swap directly into my Charge Bug. As soon as they throw their attack though, I will go into Charge Bug. This, at least these Body Slam will take him into Xyzer range, because that's super effective on dark types, and I think I should still be fine. I'm gonna go into Charge Bug now. I will shield this. The timer should not be up for him to try and catch, so I will be able to launch both of these Xyzer. I'm gonna time my Volt Switch a little bit better there, but also because I want the Gligar to get less farm. If the Gligar can farm to dig afterwards, I may actually still lose this battle. So now I minimize the farm for him. Comes in with the Gligar, only gets 2 wing attack. I have a Body Slam stored, and that should win me the game. I'm not even sure if I was in dig range, maybe barely not. So Body Slam gonna knock out, and I win this first battle. GG. In the next game, we have the Azumarill Mirror. Not the most exciting, and I kind of want Charge Bug on this. What I'm really afraid of is that there's potentially a Gligar in the back. So I want to get this Azumarill low and swap out at some point, so I can try to draw out the Gligar, and then hopefully my Lucario in the back will be free from that. There should be no Skarmory in the back, because Azumarill lead with Skarmory in the back is kind of iffy, but he might still do it though, because I don't have Discharge. So Azumarill is actually not bad into my Charge Bug when shields are down. Let's see what he's going to do here. Going for another play rough. I think, yeah, now I swap out, which is kind of still too early maybe. But they stay in and throw another attack here. That is interesting. This makes me feel like there's no Gligar in the back. Let's see what they bring in. They bring in... They tried to catch, which didn't matter anyway, because I was going to throw Xyzer, and now I have to throw there anyway. Because they waited there, they actually are 1 turn behind, and they didn't sneak a Volt Switch there. So actually, not exactly... a smart play by them if that's what they didn't have in mind. They farm it perfectly here though. Good play. They have Discharge on their Charge Bug, so they can knock out my Azumarill. Let's see. But they're only at 5, so they're at 2 Xyzer. They just threw 1, so they have 1 more. I have an attack stored, but they throw the Xyzer instead, which is interesting. This is resisted, not threatening the Azumarill. Now I'm going to force spawn this down. Hopefully whatever's in the back is not going to appreciate this energy from Lucario. Let's see, they also have some of Azumarill left still, which might be a little bit tedious to deal with. In comes Guzzlord though. This is probably the last thing Guzzlord wants to see at this point. Power Punch, shielded. Still gonna do a lot of damage with these Force Palms. I will shield this. This is Lucario time. This is Lucario time. Dragon Claw, shielded. They come back in with Azumarill, but my Power Punches are boosted. I'm gonna throw one here. I hope this knocks out, honestly, because if it doesn't, I may have to shield an attack now. They do shield that. I go for another one, which is double boosted now. This has to knock out. He actually hangs on 1 HP. That bubble's gonna be annoying, but look at his Force Palm. That's like 20% almost. Gonna Hydro Pump this Guzzlord. Just for some flex that I still have a lot of energy, and that should be a good game. Well played. My next opponent is a really good Latam player. I lost him before in a Latam competition. Can't remember exactly which one. But I also can read a little bit what people with this kind of team do, because Vigoroth wins the zero shoots into Gligar, so a lot of people, and I've done it myself as well, of course, just play the zeros here and then have like a Charger Bug in the back, which is going to be a little bit tedious to deal with because this is my Charger Bug answer. I go for the Dig. I wanted to go straight Dig here and then swap into Azumarill, but he shields that, which is annoying. If I had a little bit of a healthy Gligar, I could just swap an Azumarill, pull a shield with Hydro Pump maybe, and I'd be fine. Because the game pauses there as I pause, he swaps and sneaks a bubble, which is probably the absolute worst case scenario. I needed all his energy for a potential Charger Bug, so I'm super upset about that. That's probably one of the most annoying mechanics I find myself, that I'm trying to not have them catch. I don't see them moving at all. And then I throw the attack, and they already swapped. And not only that, they get a full attack through. So they're also 1 ahead in this matchup. They did take a Dig though, so my next player should knock them out. And then it comes down to what's in the back. I'm actually like super annoyed by the fact that they have that a Vigoroth still, which might be a little bit tedious. If it's Charger Bug, it's probably over at this point, because they can just get a clean farm down here. Let's see what comes in. In the back is Quagsire, actually, which kind of makes sense. They're trying to bait out my Lickitung with the Azumarill Sage Switch. Gonna go for the Play Rough, because otherwise they may knock me out with an Aqua Tail, which actually might knock out at this point, so I could have gone for Hydro Pump there, but this already takes them so low that I might be able to farm them down later. But the energy is gonna be a little bit annoying here, though. I can't exactly swap into my Gligar. He even gets a farm down here, unfortunate. Gonna go to Skarmy to soak this energy. If it's a Stone Edge, I kind of want to shield that, but if I shield that, then my Gligar is very prone. So I'm gonna go into Gligar right now, a little bit of a slow switch. They can't much shot me down, and they get Charge Security as well. My opponent's playing very well. I'm still mad about that catch. That I think should not have happened, but regardless, not something he can help, right? So just a good play on his side and trying to bait out that Lickitung. So he gets the full counter down. I have only 1 play. Farm him down. And Skarmy is pretty okay in this matchup, but it's not going to be enough. Quagsire had some energy, maybe even now an Aqua Tail loaded, so there was no other option than a farm down here. The Rock Slide plus the counters do knock me out. I'm 1-0 down. Next battle, Skarmy into Vigoroth. I'm kind of predicting the same team from him. And Gligar's just kind of there to counter Vigoroth or to just keep Vigoroth in check. I'm also happy to see Vigoroth here because I have Lickitung in the back. If they have Azumarill and Quagsire, I love it that they're staying in because their Vigoroth's getting weaker. And it makes my Lickitung only better in the back. The lower I can get this Vigoroth, the better my Lickitung becomes, because once it's in Body Slam range, I'm just like super fine here. I'm kind of predicting him to catch, but this is so awkward. He's gonna go for, he's gonna stay in there for a little bit, which I'm super fine with, to be honest. He's gonna shield it again, actually. 2 shields down. You can have this now. If he swaps out and he has double water in the back, Power Whip will knock out this Vigoroth with maybe 1 or 2 licks. I barely don't get to the next attack there. Maybe build a little bit of a better Skarmy, but I don't know if that actually was the case. It's not like a bad Skarmy or anything. Body Slam, whatever, you can have this. Comes in with the Quagsire, and then goes for Charge Attack priority on 5. He could have thrown his 1 before. I probably would have shielded then. But maybe they expect me to catch. And that Dig does so much damage. I'm gonna let this go. Get the entire Lick down. I expect Azumarill at this point. But they will get a lot of damage in with this Quagsire still, though. I believe they may even be able to get to a Stone Edge. So I will shield this up. This does, I believe, a little bit more than a Play Rough, which it's not Aqua though, so should not shield that. I think they could have reached the Stone Edge, though. It's only 6 for them to get there. Let's see. Azumarill comes in. This is an important moment in this battle. As soon as I throw energy, he could go into Vigoroth and then get a lot of counter damage. He's also very close to a Body Slam. So I have to keep farming up energy and make sure I have almost 2 Power Whip, because otherwise Vigoroth will be tough. I think Vigoroth is almost in Body Slam range as well, by the way. So I'm going to farm up a lot. Throw right before the next player. If they should knock out, then I have a Body Slam to start. Let's see. Actually make a misplay, because I thought I'll try to go for Power Whip and then realize, wait, he's in Body Slam range. And then I get the Charge Security by accident, but it didn't cost me, fortunately. So yeah, we win this battle, just barely. Good game. Game number 3, Gligar into Shadow Quack. This is a very okay matchup. The Mud Shots don't do anything. Aqua Tail is super effective though, but is not as strong as a Scald from Whiscash, so it's not gonna even put me into the red here. Does a lot of damage, more than I thought. I'm gonna shield this up. I didn't throw there just because I expect them to try and catch, maybe. I don't expect Azumarill per se, but I would not be surprised if it is, because Quagsire with 2 shields can actually make it super close into Lickitung. The no shield that, I get the full farm down. I'm 1 shield up. Gonna go into my Charge Bug. I expect them to swap out, but again, I don't have Charge Attacks that hit well here. It's only my Volt Switch that hits well. So, just gonna let's go for now. I do expect Vigoroth, and my strategy this game was to be as strong as possible into Vigoroth. So, you're gonna go for optimal timing here, and then throw the X-Scissor. Both are resisted, but X is a little bit more efficient here. And then, let's see how I'm gonna play this one out. I shield again. Now here's why. I want this energy to pull shields from that Vigoroth. I'm actually going over energy there. Don't do that. Don't do that at home. That was not necessary. Is X is going to knock out? No, but he lets me farm down entirely, which is interesting. Now I'm gonna go for Crunch. I realize I only get to 1 Charge Attack here. It's actually pretty smart from them, because I don't think... otherwise I may have gone to another attack here. Get the drop. That's exactly why I threw the Crunch. I should be very fine. I'm gonna go for Aries. I'm not sure. I thought at this point I would get to another one. I believe I'm 2 or 3 off. But then I realized, wait, I don't get there. Get out into Skarmory. But Skarmory takes these Rock Slides like a champ. Only in the 2 shield scenario, you lose this as Skarmory, because you get outpaced and the counter damage does enough. But as you can see here, I'm going to go for Brave Bird. And this Rock Slide will land. Won't be enough to knock me out. Not even close. And I should win this really tough matchup by 2-1. No Lucario action here. Lucario was just not playable into Cresselia, Azumarill, Charge Bug, Gligar. And even Quagsire is not that great. Even Vigoroth is not that great for Lucario. My next opponent, Lucario, not looking super good. Azumarill, playable, yes. Hydro Pump as well is the cool moveset. Mandibuzz, I think is playable. I'm not sure if 2 areas will knock out. I actually do think so, because Lucario is just fragile like that. Cresselia not playable, Clodsire not playable. So 3 hard, unplayable matchups for Lucario, but Magnezone and Gudra, very playable. I'm gonna put my balls on the table here. Lucario lead into Shadow Magnezone. Tremendous. I screenshot it because I'm so excited about it. They swap in Gudra, ABA, into Lucario, although this is not that bad for Gudra. Gonna go for the Power Punch, which is kind of a waste, but I just want to chip a little bit more damage in before swapping out, even though that will lose me the boost. It's whatever. I need my Lucario for that Magnezone, so... this might be... Gudra needs a very high attack to get a breakpoint here, and I'm not sure if they do have it. One thing that I'll tell you though, what I really dislike about Gudra, is that its charge attacks are crap. They're crap, sorry, I said it. The coverage is good, but neutrally, look, this is pathetic. Well, sorry, what's that damage? I didn't see anything. It's just a sad Pokemon sometimes. I do like it in some 2-shit scenario, but I do think it's a little bit cope sometimes. It's the bulky strength we have at the moment though, so that's nice. Gonna go for Power Whip, because I think 1 Volt Switch would knock me out, so I don't get 2 attacks off, and I'm right. Gonna go into Lucario, they go into Azumarill. I have Skarmory here. This is looking very fine at this point. Skarmory wins this in the 2-shield straight Sky attack. He does have Hydro Pump though, so I believe if I let one through and he then double shields, it might actually be tricky, so let's not do that. I will shield this Hydro Pump. I can use 1 shield. He has 1 Volt Switch only on his Magnezone. Magnezone users always try to gather energy on the matchup before the one they lost, and then wild charge the matchup they actually lose, which could still win them the battle sometimes. I'm gonna let this one go. This will not knock out, and I should just be fine here, I think. They go into Magnezone there. Gonna go in Lucario. They go for a Mirror Shot, which is a good attempt to try and debuff me. It doesn't matter though. Counting them down. In comes Azumarill. Blaze Kick does a little bit more damage than Power Punch. I'm not sure if Power Punch plus Force Palms would have done a little bit better though, but you're going to see with the Force Palms, I can actually get the entire Blaze Kick here. I also have an attack stored on Skarmory, so I should just be fine. This was actually game number 2. Game number 1, we had the exact same lineup, and I won that matchup as well, so this is a 2-0. The next team is going to be a tricky one. Again, not a lot of play for Lucario. Lickitung and Dugong are the best matchups I can get, but I would expect the Gligar and Charge Bug to come out every time. Maybe it's Clodsire even. So Lucario is tough to use here. The game I'm going to show you now is game number 2. Not game number 1, because he played a very silly ABA line charge bug lead with Poliwrath in the back into my Gligar, and he lost that very hard. He also safe sourced Lickitung and added Lucario actually at the time. This time no Lucario, but I do get a terrible lead. Gonna go into Gligar. My safe switch actually has Zoom Roll, so this is actually not that great. I will be able to get the 2 dig here though. I'm gonna go for the first one. He has to throw an attack to knock me out. But obviously he's not great. Let's not pretend this is very fine. He throws the attack there. I can get a farm down, but I'm gonna have to take an Icy Wind or a Duron, which I don't really like. So let's see. I don't remember exactly what my plan was. I'll wait out the clock, that's for sure. And my choice was to actually throw the attack before he gets to another one. Which is still not great, because Gligar has a slight advantage. He doesn't wait out the clock as well, so my timer's not up. I'm gonna go into a Zoom Roll now. He doesn't throw an alignment, of course. In comes his own Charge Bug. This is looking like impossible at this point. Here's my play. Land a Hydro Pump. But I'm going for Play Rough. This is actually not my win con. If I land the Hydro Pump... But he shields anyway. I think it was my only win condition at this point. If I land the Hydro Pump and then Bubble Down, maybe that's my win condition. I do have Crunch on Charge Bug, but that's not going to be enough. I'm trying to get to another Hydro Pump, but he doesn't let me. If I throw Play Rough there, he also would just farm me down, so I don't think that would do me a lot. So my X is a 1 knockout here just yet. If this knocked out, maybe I had a shot because I have a shield advantage, but it doesn't. I'm gonna let it go. He's I think he's almost at 2 as well. And then Gligar comes into Wing Attack me down, so just entirely hard counted. Not much I can do with that. Game number 3, Gligar into Gligar. This is okay, and this time I didn't bring Lucario again. I guess that was a one-time trick, which I have 100% win rate again with this opponent. I needed to bait this out because I have Skarmory in the back, and Skarmory also walls their Gligar, so this is still fine. They might have to shoot a Hydro Pump here. I don't expect them to, because it's a lot of energy for my Gligar. I also should have thrown my attack early, because now I went over 100 energy by like 10, so it's not great. Hydro Pump shielded, can get the entire farm down. He's not going to risk it. I think he could have. That's okay. I just need to make sure I get rid of this Charge Bug. So I'm not going to farm up too much here, which I maybe should, because if they hard swap, I can just swap back into Skarmory. But if it's the same line as previously, and I didn't think of that at this point, if it's Dugong, yeah, that's kind of rough, because I don't have extra energy. And that's actually what's going to cost me here. Because if I had extra energy here, I could have thrown an attack and softened this up for my Skarmory. I'm going to shoot this up. I think this does more than a dig, or at least similar damage, so there's not really much wrong in shielding this. It's not like my Gligar is going to pull it off, I think. Sky Attack, he doesn't shield that, makes sense. It's not debuffed, so... Oh, sorry, it is debuffed, so a Brave Bird would not have knocked out. Ice Wind doesn't do that much damage, but... And here, I make a very bold call. I thought maybe he will try to clean up with Gligar, but he shields this. Means I'm triple debuffed. These attacks are doing more and more. He makes the something, so I think maybe miscount trying to catch or predict me to switch. I went Charge Security, but it's not going to do anything, because I have no health on Skarmory anymore. If I had health on Skarmory, maybe I had a chance, but this Gligar was loaded with energy in the first place. I don't know. I don't know what I can do with that. I had to bait out Charge Bug, successfully did. And Allah, not much we can do with that. He was pretty strong into that Gligar, as well with Dugong in the back. Maybe I should have brought Lucario, that is what it is. I lost 1 round in this practice tournament so far, but I can still win it all, because I'm going to now play the only person who has not lost yet. So if I beat them, I could still potentially kind of win it. Let's see. Lucario, not a lot of play here. Only really has played Skarmory and Lickitung. Skarmory might not even come out, to be honest, considering my Charge Bug is quite good. And I think people kind of expect the Crunch Charge Bug to come out, because it's a little bit safer into Gligar. So let's see how that's going to go. Lickitung into their Charge Bug. Perfect. I have Azumarill in the back. I have Lucario in the back, which is pretty good core together. Or maybe just Azumarill's going to have to try and sweep everything. Let's see. Goes for the X-Scissor. I don't mind losing this matchup. I just want to make sure that this gets low. He swaps into Lickitung, and I respond slow. So this means he will get to 2 Body Slam before I get to 2 Power Punch. But having Lucario in this place needs to be, it's nice. I'm going to lose a 0 shield here, unfortunately. Look at how much damage this is all doing. But also their licks, because I'm already almost half HP with my Lucario. Kind of unfortunate. As you can see, will barely get it before me. I'm going to make a misplay here. I was thinking... At the point I put the shield up, I was like, wait, if he has Azumarill, he will never bring Azumarill into my loaded Lickitung. So he's just going to catch his energy there. And I would assume it's Azumarill, because Azumarill is not that bad into my Charge Bug. I could have just gotten more energy on my Lickitung and then close out with the Azumarill Mirror. And now I'm a shield down. I get, okay, great, I get some chip damage, but I need to align my own Azumarill here. This is not great. This is definitely not great. In fact, it's kind of terrible. Kind of terrible. Because that Charge Bug is alive. It has no energy though, so this is going to come down to my Lickitung. Lickitung needs to do it here for me. And Lickitung is honestly a really good Pokemon to teams without a Vigoroth. That's why I guess it's like one of the most popular Pokemon at this point. And like it doesn't do bad into Lucario either. So as I'm going for it, I want to get a little slight energy advantage. I'm forcing them to switch out into that Charge Bug. I'm going to go for the Body Slam here. Which, I mean, does damage. I'm a little bit afraid if I'm going to have to let's go anyway, because he's going to get 2 more charge stacks. But I'm afraid he gets like a farm down, which could be very scary. I would assume he's going to shield everything here. But it's not going to be... this is going to be scary. Going for another Body Slam. Perfect timing. That's what I need here. This is an end game against a really good opponent. Shields it up. Can I get to another one? No, I don't get there. He has almost 2 charge stacks. I believe it's an X-Scissor plus Discharge. And I'm going to shield it up. If I let this Volt Switch through, I'm in player of range. So I throw immediately here. Maybe I could have had a Bubble Down. Could I? Let's see. I did sneak one. I don't think I could have. No shot. No shot. In comes there, Azumarill. We're about the same HP here. This is going to get very close. And I'm not going to be happy if it is, if I lose this. Look at that. Almost 1 HP. Because if I just no-shielded, the Lucario would have been fine. Play rough. Puts them really low. Did knock out. It's a tie, actually. It's a battle I could have won. But well played by them. And not I should not have shielded. Because if it was Azumarill, I guess maybe I was afraid of like a Gligar or something. But even then, my Lickitung got play. Now I'm going to show you the size of game number 3. We had a tie, then I lost one. Leading Lickitung into Gligar's perfect for my Gligar. In this battle, I was kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna try to win lead and then RPS in the back line. Because I always expected Azumarill on the back. If it is his own Lickitung, I'm just gonna assume that the other one is Azumarill. So let's see. Going for the dig there. This is a very close matchup. If you have a good Gligar, you can win 0 here straight dig. If you don't have a good Gligar, you don't do that. But then you also have a breakpoint. And he actually barely gets there, which is unfortunate because I lose his matchup now in zeros. So I'm going to shield that up. Let's see what he has. If he has Lickitung, I assume the other one is the Azumarill. Because I assume that's also why he's staying in. If he has Azumarill, he doesn't want that on the Lickitung. And he just wants Azumarill to sweep the backline potentially, right? So I went double strong into Azumarill here. I have my charge bug for it now. I should be very fine this matchup. So I'm going to bring in my Gligar here. And that should just be fine. My Gligar has a wing attack breakpoint, so does a little bit better in this matchup. I lag a turn. That's fantastic. And I'm going to go for Area Ace. The reason why is if he has charge bug, he's going to shield this. Because otherwise, this Lickitung is going to get... the charge bug is going to get wrecked because I will farm this down. And then charge bug has no play into my Gligar, really. Or not a lot of play, at least. Gets another Body Slam, it's fine. Maybe I would not have gotten the farm down there. Gonna go for another Air Ace here. And then, man, shield advantage Azumarill is gonna be tough, man. Air Ace knocks it out. Huh? Charge bug? Oh, that's a bamboozle. I thought if it is charge bug in the back, he probably would have swapped out sooner, but no, he doesn't. Kind of unfortunate. Yeah, what can I say? I also would have expected him to shield the Lickitung, really, because let's say I expected the charge bug in the back and shielded my my Gligar, he would have been in massive trouble. I guess he assumed I wouldn't think that, because then probably I would have brought in the Gligar into Lickitung if I thought that. So, bold call, good reads, and well played by my opponents. I started from a 3-0 in the tournament with Lucario, but it went to a 3-2, unfortunately. Well played, GG's. So that was some practice for Worlds. If you'd like to join these practice tournaments as well, make sure to join my server. We host them almost or multiple once weekly. Hope you liked the video and see you in the next one. Bye.